for some football and hope you are too. Welcome to East Rutherford, New Jersey, everybody, and MetLife Stadium. Today, a couple of rivals from the NFC East squaring off. It's the Dallas Cowboys and the New York Giants. Ball teed up. Brandon Aubrey out for the kick. And we're off from MetLife. Gunnar Olszewski now to return. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. So out come the Giants. Their first drive of the game coming up. And bringing them out, one of two quarterbacks taken in the first round of this year's draft. Out of Ole Miss, it's Jackson Dart.
One of the things that I know Brian Dable and the Giants loved about Jackson Dart is every step of his career. From high school in Utah to USC to Ole Miss, he just kept getting better and better and better. How about the first QB to lead Ole Miss Rebels to back-to-back 10-win seasons in over 80 years? That's what they're getting in their first-round pick.
Let's start on the ground here. Tracy can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday. But doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Dart out of the shotgun. Catch made, Tyrone Tracy. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him. He picks up 15 on the play. And it's good for a New York first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
On the handoff, this is Tracy. And this is going to take him up and across midfield there at the opposing 45. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
I think anytime these offensive coordinators in the NFL call a run play, they're just hoping for something positive. To get a first down, that's a bonus.
Let's see how they attack this first down, partner, from the 45. One play action with Dart. This finds Bellinger. And he's tackled for no gain.
That's not a big completion on a stat sheet, but that's a big contested, what I call gritty catch right there. And that's what the best tight ends will get you.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. From the gun, here's Dart. Hits his running back. He's going to get it out past the 40 before he goes out.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
Throwing on 3rd, here's Dart. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. And he hauls it in. Touchdown, New York. The Giants take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. Partner, one drive in, and we can say this guy's been perfect. 4 passes, no incompletions, and that touchdown to end it.
And you and I both know that incompletion will come eventually. Might not arrive for a while, man. That offense was humming on that opening drive, and they can't wait for their second bite.
Extra point attempt coming up. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Giants will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
Cowboys nothing.
The Giants ready to kick this one away, and off we go once more. On the return, here's Jalen Tolbert. He's stopped on the run back at the 27. So now the Cowboys getting an opportunity to send their offense out for the first time. And they're brought out by a quarterback celebrating a decade now as an NFL starter. Originally the 135th pick back in that 2016 NFL Draft, it's Dak Prescott.
I don't think I'm alone in this, Kate. To me, Dak is one of the easiest players to root for their success in the NFL. I think for me and for many others, it's based on all he's overcome, from tough playoff losses to significant injuries. But his leadership, his stats, his ability to play like an MVP in big moments, at his best, he really is all you could ever ask for.
That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
25 yards on the play. That's good for a Cowboys.
I can assure you of one thing. That carry just brought some extra work in the opening quarter. You couldn't script that run any better.
First down.
First down, and they go right back to it. And they're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. So 20 yards on that play. And that'll be good for a Dallas first down.
Cowboys first down. First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the second level and beyond.
Throwing on first is Prescott. He's in trouble, and he's going to go down. The Giants are all over it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate. When you put the ball in the air, how many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't. They call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
Might be time to reach into the bag of tricks on second down. 16 to go following the sack. Dak now from the gun. Into the hands of Pickens. And he's out of bounds on a gain that takes him into the red zone, Brock, inside the 15. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
The numbers are pretty clear, Kate. You get explosive plays. Those explosive plays on drives lead to points. You can't ask for a better start offensively.
Williams now on first and 10. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Last run got him 3. Here's second and 7. Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. Throws caught. And he's going to be hauled down at the 2. That sets up first and goal. 1 quarter down for these two NFC East teams. 7-0 is our score. We'll get back to East Rutherford after this. Time for our second quarter now. Let's see if the Cowboys can capitalize here in the red zone. Now Prescott. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And it's step 1 towards a goal line stand. Still going to need a couple more, though. Second and goal coming up.
A first and goal pass, yeah, it can be an act of surprise at times, but let's give some credit to this defense and the coverage in particular. They stayed focused and locked in on those routes, giving that rush plenty of time to get home, and now make second and goal much, much more difficult.
Backed up to the 8 here. It's second and goal. From the gun is Prescott. Near the goal line. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on the throw, that's a go-to route to target.
All right, got to get 4 here, Brock, or they're going to have a tough decision to make on this opening drive. Third and goal, Prescott. He couldn't hang on, Brock. It looked like a touchdown, but it slips right through his hands, and now it's 4th down. Well, he connected on 3 straight before that throw, Brock. Might not be perfect anymore on this drive, but they are still moving it well.
And I don't expect that one to interrupt his progress very long. They're still on a mission this series, and he's the one driving it.
They do snap it. Here's Prescott. And they don't get the catch they need there. Their hand was forced, Brock. Had to try and go for it, but they turn it over on downs.
I think this defense was resigned to giving up 3 points on the opening series. Instead, well, they got the chance to deny them anything, and boy, did they ever attack it.
Giants lining things up. 1st and 10. They'll run it with Devin Singletary. Nearly starts the drive with a 1st down run. Stopped a yard short, gain of 9.
Well, I think I hear the warning sirens. You hear them, Kate? I think they just got quieted. Because that run right there gave them enough room from their goal line where you should feel comfortable calling anything in your playbook.
1st down carry got him 9 yards. Here comes 2nd and 1. Staying between the tackles with Tracy. They stopped him just in time. He got back to the line, but denied the yard they needed. 3rd down coming up.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
It's a nickel set for the Cowboys on this 3rd down. Here he is on 3rd and short. Pass brought in by Slayton. And he will get to that 30-yard line before they stop him. Give him an 18-yard pickup there. And the Giants are going to have the 1st down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. One of the tight ends motioning left. A give to Tracy up the middle. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. There's Kenny Clark on the tackle.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays. The ones that amount to really very little statistically and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains of next week.
They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. And he'll get this up to the 33-yard line. Knocked down by Savon Rebel.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Now we are still waiting for the scoring for anybody really to get going as we've hit our 2-minute warning. The Giants leading the way here at MetLife. 3rd down, they need 7. Throw here, 3rd down. Complete beyond the marker. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. A good pass from the rookie out of Ole Miss, and it gets him a 1st.
And the Giants, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
On 1st and 10, here's Dart. We've got a screen to the running back. And he fights his way down to the 35 before the defense can get him out. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get them enough yards for the 1st, and it did. So long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
They send a man in motion. Going on 1st down. It's Dart. Completed over the middle. And he's touchdown about 5 yards shy of that 1st down marker.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
This is 2nd and 6 coming up. Dart gonna throw again. Has him on the quick hitter. And he takes it in. Touchdown, New York. The Giants grow their lead just before halftime. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
PAT effort coming up. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Giants double their lead to 14.
Cowboys nothing.
The Giants ready to kick this one away. It's off we go once more. Tolbert now to return it. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Cowboys about to get going on offense. Javonte Williams headed back out now. And we're a shade away from 50 seconds to go in the second. And it is enough time to put something together. Cowboys just about set. Here comes 1st and 10. First down, here's Dak. Drops this one down here for Williams. And he's going to be brought down here at the 42. The Cowboys signaling for their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
Big shot to begin the drive has him up beyond the 40. Up the gut they go with Williams. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. Now Dallas is going to call its second timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
I think we've all become very accustomed, and I'll raise my hand and say these tight ends are almost like bona fide receivers, big receivers, but they show you right there, when they can be powerful blockers, it can make a huge difference in a run game.
Football's on the 48. Here we go. First down. Dak to the air here. That's caught by Williams. And he works it down to the enemy 44-yard line. Cordell Flott there on the stop.
Translatable skills. That's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
2nd and 6 come
out versus zone coverage. Because you got to throw it with anticipation, but you also got to make sure those defenders.
That's Ferguson. He brings it in. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken.
That's another.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. Well, a tight end that moves the chains on 3rd down, that's a QB's best friend.
Brandon Aubrey will try to knock it through for the Cowboys. This is a 50-yard look from the right hash. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that'll get him back to 11.
And with those 3 points, you just dig yourself out of a little bit of a hole. You know, coming out of halftime, you've got to firmly be in comeback mode.
So we'll see if it's a kick return that ends our half, or if we get a play from scrimmage, as this one's away. So it's a touchback on the kickoff, and we're going to get one final snap here in the half.
First and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
And this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. And he has it right near midfield here. It's like about a yard short. So a two-score game here at the break. Some work to be done as we get ready for the EA Sports Halftime Report with Scott Hansen. Scott?
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
As always, big thanks to our guy Scott Hansen and everyone down in Orlando. We're back looking at a two-score game here, Brock, as our third quarter gets underway. The Giants ready to kick this one away, and off we go once more. Tolbert now to return it. Finds some space. He's past the 30. Nice effort here, and they're going to tackle him just shy of the 35. Dallas with its offense headed out for our first possession of the half. And some opening drive points would be invaluable, Brock, trailing by 2 scores as they leave that locker room. First down now, ball at the 33. Play action, Prescott. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete.
This defense, they had a plan, and they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
So still 10 to go on second from the 33-yard line. From the gun, a carry by Williams. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Bobby Okereke making that stop.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. They'll throw 3rd and long. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
You never, ever, as an offense, like 3 and outs, Kate, but you really don't like them on 3rd down when you throw into tight coverage like that. Got to manufacture a better look.
Cowboys putting it away here on 4th, and it's the long-time vet Brian Anger on now. And a fair catch made here at the 17. So here come the Giants, ready to take over again on offense. And they take the field in good but not great shape, Brock. They've got that lead, but no doubt they'd love to see it grow.
Yeah, just having the lead does take some pressure off. It doesn't change the sense of urgency. It's always on tilt in the NFL, but it should allow them to operate a little more freely.
New York to the line, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Tracy. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Brought down by Deron Bland.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Darts out of the shotgun. Short pass brought in. And this play reaches the 35 before it comes to an end. A gain of 15 there. And it's good for a New York 1st down.
And the Giants 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Here's Tracy on first down. And the stop is made just before he's able to reach that midfield strike. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And the Giants are going to have the first down.
What a great sign to start the second half for this offense, because with a lead, well, the ground game becomes your best friend, the centerpiece for this offense, trying to chew up that clock.
On first down, here's Dart. This one's to Slayton, left side. Touchdown, New York! The Giants push their lead further to start the half. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period, end of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Kicking team out to try the extra point. The point after splits the upright. And the Giants push their lead to 18.
Giants 21, Cowboys 3.
The Giants ready to kick this one away, and off we go once more. Tolbert now to return it. His effort's going to get him to that 32-yard line before he's taken down. The Cowboys about to get going on offense. Javonte Williams headed back out now. They're running out of time to get this game into a more manageable spot, Brock. We've got a 3-score deficit, and we're in quarter number 3. First and 10 from the 32. Prescott, a quick throw, complete. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
I'm not going to lie, I know they got a completion, and completions, you never turn them down. But to make that throw for those yards into double coverage, that is way too much risk for that reward.
This is 2nd and 6 coming up. Straight ahead with Williams. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Prescott now off the play fake. Down the field, he's got Lamb. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
That's another Cowboys first down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
Williams on the carry. And that's good for a gain of 5. Ryan Burns coming up with the stop.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
So gain of 5 on that first down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on second. Dak now from the gun. It's Pickens on the slant. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. They get 19, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. They toss to Williams, headed right. Well, so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal.
He was taken down behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 1. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 10-yard line.
We'll see them tackle 2nd and goal after the break. It's not quite over yet, but it'd take a pretty miraculous comeback. We've got a 3-score game as we get set to start the 4th quarter. Needing 10 yards now as they line up at 2nd and goal. Here's Dak. That's incomplete on 2nd down.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Touchdown or bust for him here as they set up for 3rd and goal. Here he goes, 3rd and long. And it's incomplete on 3rd and goal. Looking for George Pickens that time. And that brings up 4th and goal. Tough to blame him for that drop, Brock. Even if it would have been a touchdown, that was a great effort defensively, timing that hit, keeping them from hitting the end zone.
Reaction and burst. You get in the red zone defensively, you'll hear it all the time. You cannot wait. You've got to react. And then you got to burst. And that defender does a tremendous job of breaking that pass up with contact.
And he's going to score. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys get it back to within 2 possessions. It's a Dak Prescott touchdown. Well, Brock, not the way I imagine it was designed there on 4th and goal, but I don't think these coaches cared how he got the job done. Just make sure you get in for 6.
Yeah, really just 2 options here as the game speeds up down there, right? Find a throwing lane and execute quickly, or you better escape and make it happen with your legs. He didn't get the throwing lane, the coverage he wanted, so a great decision. You cannot hesitate. You got to go for it, and he sure did, and use that athleticism for 6.
That one splits the uprights. And the Cowboys make it an 11-point ball game. Aubrey now to kick this one away.
For the Cowboys.
Fields this one at the 3. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. The Giants and Jackson Dart set to go back on offense. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. The New York offense ready to get going here. It's 1st and 10. Now Dart. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. And it's going to be 2nd down. Well, what a stretch to begin the game, Brock. That finally his first incompletion. He had been perfect across so many looks before that.
Hard. It's just hard to be perfect with that kind of precision. That was rhythm. It's truly rhythm personified.
Yeah, it makes you marvel at the NFL record, doesn't it? Got slid this great note from our stats savant, Daniel Kitchen. Phillip Rivers owns that record, Brock. 25 straight completions to begin a game. pickup of 12 on that play. And it's good for a New York first down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in-cut and make the catch.
Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
Well, that's just about textbook defense and how to shut down an RPO. The coverage was tight, the numbers were up, and then the bodies were there to stuff that run before it could get going.
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Out of the gun this time. Here's Dart. Falls to the ground out left. Incomplete. Not on the same page with his tight end. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
3rd down now. Here's Dart. He lofts it deep right side. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Well, that took some force right there. That took some serious defensive effort to force the incompletion. You're not going to see a lot of guys ever let go of a football when they got a first down right in their midst. But that force, that contact, separated man from ball.
The Giants readying to punt, and they're going to send out the lefty, Jamie Gillen, for the kick. He's got it at the 24. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. Now, elsewhere on the return, there's an injured player in need of some attention, which he will get as trainers head his way. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Dak off the play fake. This one's reeled in downfield by Ferguson. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. They get 22 out of that play. And that's good for a Dallas first down.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
Into the hands of Flanoy, complete. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on second down. That playbook wide open.
2nd and 3 now. From the gun is Prescott. Out left, Lamb makes the grab. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. It's a gain of 12 on that one. And that'll be good for Dallas first down.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
1st and 10. Here's Prescott. Brought in close to the 8. This is going to make it down to the 6. That's going to set him up with 1st and goal.
I don't care how good a secondary you are, how loaded you are with talent. When you've got time to allow a receiver to work from one side of the field all the way to the other versus zone coverage, well, you're going to make a defense pay.
First and goal, here's Williams. And he is into the end zone for a Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys now within one score in the 4th. Javonte Williams, the touchdown. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
So the touchdown was only a part of it, Brock. They're going to go for 2 now and try to make this just a field goal game. Keeping it on the ground. And he's into the end zone. field goal here in the fourth. Critical two-point play there, Brock. The conversion puts them now in range of tying this sucker up with a field goal.
So different for everybody in the building, right? A three-point game, and especially different for the kicker. He wasn't needed there, but get yourself ready. Your defense does the job. You may need a game-tying field goal at some point soon.
Ball is set up, and it's away. Just a three-point game now. Return coming from the 6. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. The Giants and Darius Slayton with the football once again. And after that touchdown, cut their lead back to one score, Brock. A response in order as they take over. Giants lining things up. 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Darts. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. So a timeout comes in. It looks like the defense using its first stops this game as we get close to our 2-minute warning.
2nd and 16 at the 21-yard line.
Expect the defense to be coming again here after that sack. It is 2nd and 16. Darts back to throw. Dump off caught by his back. They will have it up to about the 23-yard line on the play. Now before we reach the 2-minute warning, we've got a timeout. That's the second one used by the defense in this half.
3rd down.
Will this drive continue? Here comes 3rd down. Looking to throw. And it's incomplete on 3rd and goal. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And now they're staring at 4th and long.
4th down.
Went way outside there trying to work that sideline, Brock. But by the time the ball had arrived, well, the defender had to knock that ball out.
I think you see my reaction in the booth every time
I do.
we see that throw, because I can close my eyes and remember the terror that I felt as a quarterback when you let that ball go and you're throwing it all the way to the boundary. There's some risk reward, and that time, well, there was no reward.
The Cowboys about to get going on offense. Javonte Williams headed back out now. And he just keeps on catching passes here in the second half. It seems like we're going to remember his work there from this game more than what he's done from the backfield. The Cowboys have it in great field position as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. 1st down, here's Dak. Completed over the middle. And they'll stand him up and sit him down at the line.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11.
So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from New York. Cowboys down by only 3. All right, here we go. 2nd down. Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. That one's cut on the left sideline. And he gets out of bounds to save that final timeout. This picks up the 1st down, too.
Move the chains! Got to move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
1st down, Dallas.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, partner, from the 45. He'll look to throw it. They left him wide open. It's complete. And he gets out of bounds to save that final timeout. This picks up the 1st down, too.
Well, you don't normally get that type of outcome on a slant. You're just looking for a little short yard gain. But find the right type of athlete with space to work before and a perfectly placed ball after the catch. It's a perfect play to break it big.
Give to Williams from the gun. And he's knocked down after a great gain. That's going to set up 1st and goal.
10 more yards.
I don't know, Kate. I didn't think he had it. That back did. He knew exactly where he had to get for the first down. Pops up right away and signals first down.
Got that chip shot in their back pocket to tie it. A chance at the lead here first, though. 1st and goal. Back to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys jump in front late.
Touchdown, Cowboys.
Well, Brock, you know this better than most. Sometimes these dudes can be a quarterback's best friend, finding the tight end in the end zone for 6.
And it really has been that way for decades when you think about it, Kate. From John Mackey to Tony Gonzalez to Travis Kelce. The position can be such a mismatch when you're throwing for the end zone.
That one right down the middle. And the Cowboys take a 4-point lead. Aubrey now to kick this one away. On the return, here comes Olszewski. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. The Giants about to get to work on offense. They find themselves down here in the 4th after that touchdown. This game could end up depending on how they respond right here. New York to the line. 1st and 10. Setting up to pass. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or he just had a surprise break in concentration. It's so unusual at this level to see a drop pass unless there's a hit involved.
Another try from the 25. It's 2nd and 10. Here he is to throw. That pass is caught by Wan'Dale Robinson. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. The Giants using their first time out. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call is going to be on 3rd down. Here he is to throw. He has the first over the middle. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Following that completion, a member of the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. We've set it down from 37. Throwing on 1st down. It starts. That one's complete. Right side. On the move. Past the 40. Keeps it moving. And he will score and give him the lead in the final minute. So what a finish this is shaping up to be. The late touchdown here, Brock, moves them in front.
And week to week, what a pleasure it is for us to call these games. We never know what kind of game we're going to get. This one's been everything you could have wanted. And now, even though they've taken the lead, there's still enough time on that other sideline for them to go mount a response.
Pretty important PAT here, Brock, to make it a field goal game. And he shakes out the pressure to nail the point after, and now an opposing field goal would only tie this game.
28. Cowboys 25.
The Giants ready to kick this one away, and off we go once more. Turpin with a return. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Another drive coming up for this Dallas offensive unit. And this pressure has been playing volleyball in this fourth quarter, partner. That touchdown just serves it over their way. Now they need a touchdown to return serve, put it back on the other sideline.
Yeah, I like what you did there. And I'll keep the analogy going. We're in the final set, and it almost feels now like a must-score drive.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Prescott here from the gun. Throwing the out route complete. And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short of the 35.
Hey, Kate, you know this from covering the Seahawks, calling their preseason game. When Pete Carroll was there, if he said it once, he said it 100 times. Stay on top, stay on top, stay on top. You'll give up a short little out route like that, but just stay on top of the deep threat.
Dak now from the gun. That's completed right side. And he's all the way across midfield, down inside that 45-yard line. They get 23 on that one. And that's good for a Dallas first down.
Well, that is a well-designed route right there. He really made it easy to get that pass to him. Creating space, QB receiver, deliver.
1st and 10, Prescott. Is made down the right sideline. This is going to take him into the red zone. He's down at the 16-yard line. Final timeout taken by the Cowboys. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
So a big kick coming up for Brandon Aubrey. It's a 33-yard look from the right hash.
A 33-yard attempt.
Looking good, and it's through. And inside the final minute, they've tied this up.
28-all.
These are the moments, Kate, when you realize how valuable a clutch kicker is. When he's the only guy out there and everybody relying on him, and he delivers.
So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. And not liking what it looked like ahead of him there, Brock. So he's going to take a knee, and this is going to come out to the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
Good starting field position for the Giants as they head up 1st and 10. Darts out of the shotgun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. The Giants are going to call their final timeout here. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least.
At the 42-yard line.
2nd and 3 now. Out of the gun this time. Here's Dart. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
That's a veteran move right there by a rookie quarterback. You see so many rookies, we do, Kate, who try to play hero ball and force things in every single spot. But he's already wise enough to know how to throw it away.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. To throw. Can't find anyone open, and he's forced to throw it away.
There's not a quarterback alive that enjoys throwing it away on third down. But that's a good case right there of live to play another day. Live to play another series and don't put the ball in harm's way.
The Giants are set to punt. It's going to be Jamie Gillen doing the honors. Pulled in at the 20. Man, this has been such a great game. Nobody is ready for it to end just yet. After 4 quarters, we're headed to overtime. And hopefully this conclusion will be just as exciting as our opening 4 quarters. The kick is away here in overtime. Tolberg now to return it. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. The Cowboys offense now headed back to the field. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. Dallas getting everybody set. They've got 1st and 10. They send a tight end in motion. First throw of overtime. Trying for the deep ball. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. 2nd down.
Swinging pretty wild to start overtime here. Kate and the haymaker, well, it fails to connect. I love the mindset. You just got to find a way to execute.
Overtime just getting started. Both teams are going to get a chance with the football here. We've got 2nd down. Back to the air. Prescott. Short pass brought in. And he gets this one up to the 40-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
From the 40-yard line now, this is 1st and 10. From the gun is Prescott. Finds him over the middle. He'll have a 4-yard gain on that one. He's taken down at the 44.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Prescott now off the play fake. Caught by his fullback behind the line. Now that's not what the offense dialed up. They stick him for a loss. It's going to be 3rd down.
Now that is a potential drive killer. Defenders all over that one and kept him from getting vertical after the catch.
Offense looking at 3rd and 8 here. And this is a tough one to continue this opening drive of OT. Now it's Prescott again. That's caught by Williams. Great job rallying to the football. They get him down right at the marker. 4th down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Ooh, it's away, but he knows he mishit that one. Headed for the sideline. And this will fly out of bounds to deny a return. They're going to mark it a little before the 20. The Giants offense all set to get started. Their defense got off the field clean, Brock, and now their offense runs on knowing that any points are going to end this game.
Well, you want to look up complimentary football in the football dictionary, this might be the most important time for it. One side of the ball makes a stand, now the other side gets a chance to go win it.
First call here coming from the shotgun. A draw now. This is Tracy. And he's going to be stopped after reaching up to the 33. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from first down in just one play. But when you get that big play potential on the ground, geez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
First down now, ball at the 33. Back to throw, here Starks. Finds the in route, complete. And they're going to have this up at the 44-yard line as they haul him down. It's a gain of 11 there. That picks up the first.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
On 1st and 10, here's Starks. A throw left side, finds Johnson. And he'll take it past the midfield stripe and start the push into Cowboys territory.
Sometimes you're looking to push the ball down the field. But as I've said before, the crumbs lead to a cookie. And you never go broke taking a profit, and those big tight ends will often find you those easy check down yards.
Offense with an enviable spot to be in, 2nd and inches. From the gun, a carry by Singletary. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. That's good for a couple of yards. And the Giants are going to have the first down.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
A handoff to Tracy. And he has it to the 23-yard line as he's brought down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And it's good for a New York first down.
And the Giants first down. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Those unsung heroes, those big guys up front on the O-line, well, let's give them a little love right here, Kate. They don't always get the attention they deserve on a broadcast, but let me tell you, they played a huge role in that big old run.
Completed over the middle. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. Timeout called, and that's going to be the 2nd for New York. As they'll be left with just one more to work with here in OT.
1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. And that's a New York touchdown. The Giants take the lead in this game. So the Giants come away with the win. And it took some extra effort, Brock, some bonus football before they were finally able to separate from the opposition and earn that hard-fought victory. This has been another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. With all our crew here and my broadcast partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. It's a well-earned win for the Giants as we say so long from New York.